So that is why today, hey, they beat Kunta Kente and tell him, hey, your name is Toby. They beat our names out of us. That is why I could stop at a man of another race and ask him his race. And he will say, the only race are people on the face of the earth, they don't know what is the race. It's the so-called blacks and Hispanics. When you ask a so-called black man, hey, African man, what is the race? You go say he black, a color. You understand? They go say hey, he's an African. He calling himself after a white Roman general named Leos Scipio Africanus.
Bring it out.
That is a white man. You understand? Conquered that land and he named that landmass after him.
That's right.
So when we say we're African, we calling ourselves after a white Roman general.
The ox knoweth his honor, and the ass is master's crib. But Israel does not know.
The Israelites, God's chosen people, they don't know who they is today. That is why I can ask you what is your race. And you're saying, hey, you're sure all of us here don't know. But we know. And we yet to prove all things. We know.
My people does not consider.
God say, his people, they don't consider. They don't even care. That is why it's only have 4 of you all here, and it have thousands of us passing by, and only 4 stop to here.
That's right.
You living in this life, and you don't even know what is your race.
Bring it on.
That's something, to be ashamed of. But we have the proof here. No, don't get upset, uncle. We have the proof here. God said, prove all things. And we here to prove to you all that we are the true and living sons of the Most High God. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they are the Israelites. They are God's chosen people, and they don't even know. God said that we will know. Read that over again, Isaiah 1 and 3.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his honor, and the ass is master's crib. But Israel does not know.
The Israelites, God's chosen people, they don't know who they is today. That is why I can ask you what is your race. And you're saying, hey, you're sure all of us here don't know. But we know. And we yet to prove all things. We know.
My people does not consider.
God say, his people, they don't consider. They don't even care. That is why it only have 4 of you all here, and it have thousands of us passing by, and only 4 stop to here.
That's right.
Let me get that in Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Deuteronomy 32 and 7, Job 8 and 8. Let me show you all this.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old.
God said, remember the days of old. Remember the past. Read on.
Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Consider the years of many generations. Consider the years of your ancestors. Read on.
Ask thy fathers, and he will.
Where God said?
Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee.
Ask your fathers. Ask your father, uncle. Sister, ask your father. Did slavery happen to us? Did slavery happen to the so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians? Did slavery happen to the so-called Africans, uncle?
That's right. That's right.
Answer me. Did our people went into slavery?
Wake him up.
Answer me, uncle. You the oldest here. Answer your brother. Answer your aunt. I could be your son. Answer me. Did this happen to us?
Bring it out.
No. Answer the question, uncle. No, but answer the question. Did slavery happen to us? That is the question, sister. You understand that? Sister, no, let's watch this, right? What are you going to ask my sister and my brother? My 2 brothers, 2 young people here, younger than you. Sister, did slavery happen to us? Little brother, did slavery happen to us? Brother, did slavery happen to us? Slavery happened to us, uncle. And it's still happening. It's still happening. Watch uncle there. Uncle, now I asking you a question. Did slavery happen to our people? Right, but here what God said. Go and find out about your forefathers. God said this through the Bible here. Read that over again. Down that side.
Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
God said, ask the elders like you. You supposed to be teaching that slavery happened to our people. God said to inquire. You're a wise man. You supposed to be inquiring where we was before. How this happened to us. How we are the bottom of society, brother. Why we always at the bottom? Why we always losing? Why our people killing each other? Why our youths killing each other? Why? Read on. Give me Job 8 and 8. Go tell us to do this. Read.
Job chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age.
You hear what God say? To the Bible, to the scriptures. God say inquire of the former age. Inquire about the past.
That's right.
Get yourself ready to ask those questions. Read.
And prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
And prepare yourself to search out who are your fathers.
That's right.
Because according to the Bible, it's only the 12 tribes of Israel going to be saved.
That's right. That's right.
Until you see this, that this slavery that happened to our people, it's only the 12 tribes of Israel going to be saved. You see this? What happened to our people? God, when Christ come back, he only coming back for these people.
That's right.
Because these people sin against the God. And because of sin, God allowed this to happen to our people. We're not blaming nobody. We taking accountability first. We was wrong. We sin against God.
That's right.
But God say, hey, inquire and search out the past, who your father is, where you come from. Read on. Read on. Just now, I'm making a point here, uncle. I'm making a point here. What's this, right? Read on.
Yes, sir.
Job 8 and 8. Read it over.
Job chapter 8 and verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
Search out your fathers. Because our fathers was great men.
That's right.
Give me that in Sirach 44 and 1. Because you know what the world will tell you? That this is Jesus Christ. They paint everything black is evil. And they paint everything red. They say white. The white man paint everything white is good. But they, little do they know, we are the greatest people on the face of the earth. We are the acts our forefathers and ancestors did. Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 44 and verse 1. Let us now praise famous men.
God said, let us now praise famous men, great men, because King Solomon was black, Jesus was black, the prophet, all the prophets was black, Job was black. God said, let us now praise famous men. Why? Read.
And our fathers that begat them, that begat us.
And what?
And our fathers that begat us.
And our fathers that made us.
That's right.
God said, let us praise them. You know why? Because they was great men.
That's
King
right.
David, King Solomon, Job, Isaiah, Jeremiah, the prophets, uncle. Read on. Read on, read on, read on, read on. Don't stick with me. The people need this word, uncle. Watch
Sirach
every time.
chapter 44 and verse 2. The Lord has wrought great glory by them.
The Lord, the Most High God, brought great glory to our people.
That's right.
To teach us who we are. All these records in this Bible is about Israel.
That's right.
Now today you're speaking about Israel, they don't even know. Because God said that in Jeremiah 17 and 4, thy heritage shall discontinue from us. Our heritage was discontinued, uncle. That is why today our people don't even know the greatness of our own name. We don't even know that what is our name. That is to tell you, read.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Read that over again. Uncle, listen this.
Verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
God said we would have been discontinued from our heritage. How would that happen? Through slavery, uncle.
That's right.
I'm out a little bit now, see what we about now. Just have to take a read. You understand? Find out who is. Hey, Shalom, Most High Christ bless. You all like what we're doing here? We're waking up the 12 tribes of Israel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more. So, Shalom.
So that is why today, hey, they beat Kunta Kente and tell him, hey, your name is Toby. They beat our names out of us. That is why I could stop at a man of another race and ask him his race. and he will say,
That's right.
the only race of people on the face of the earth they don't know what is the race is the so-called blacks and Hispanics. When you ask a so-called black man, hey, African man, what is the race? You go say he black, a color. You understand? They go say hey, he's an African. He calling himself after a white Roman general named Leos Scipio Africanus.
Bring it out.
That is a white man. You understand? Conquered that land and he named that landmass after him.
That's right.
So when we say we're African, we calling ourselves after a white Roman general that conquered Hannibal in the Second Punic War.
That's right.
Let me show you the greatness of our name now. Give me Job, Genesis 32:28. Let me show you the greatness of our name. Uncle, where you seeing yourself here? Where you seeing yourself on this chat here? Are you a forefather from America? The American blacks today is known as the tribe of Judah. Benjamin, West Indian blacks. That is the Caribbean. Your father, your ancestor, from which tribe? The American blacks or the West Indian blacks? Where you seeing yourself? West Indian blacks, right? That is the people in the Caribbean today. God saying he will put the tribe of Benjamin in the Caribbean.
That's right.
You understand? That is the blessings. You want me to prove that to your sister? You want me to prove that to your brother?
Bring it
That
on.
God say he will set us in the Caribbean. Give me that. Give me Genesis 49 and verse 1. We're not here to play. The Rastas and them, they say, hey, 1 month you're born, that is where you're going and call yourself. So if you're born January, it's Judah. If you're born February, it's Benjamin. Something like that. That is false doctrine.
That's right.
God said we're going to put the 12 tribes of Israel in the last days in the Bible. Let's see.
Bring it out.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And Jacob called unto his sons and said,
No, Jacob called unto the months. What Jacob called?
call unto his sons.
Jacob called unto his sons, which is the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
And tell them where they're going to be before Christ come back in the last days.
Read. And said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen and become of you and where you're going to be in the last days.
That's right.
So the 12 tribes of Israel is here on earth still.
That's right.
That's right.
Because the earth ain't end yet.
That's right.
All praises to the Most High God for that. Read Deuteronomy 38, 33. 33. Give me the prophet in 33 now. The tribe of Benjamin. Where God say he's going to set the tribe of Benjamin in the last days. Brother, nice to have you here. Watch this. Yeah, this prophecy. Tell me if this lining up with our people. Watch this, right? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 12. And of Benjamin he said,
And of the tribe of Benjamin, which is the West Indian blacks, read on.
the beloved of the Lord shall dwell in safety by him.
God said we will dwell in safety. That is why, hey, storms passing, Trinidad Strait, Barbados, no big set of borders, no big set of decks. You know what? Storm passing in Trinidad, people in St. James saying, hey, God is at Trini, and enjoying and liming and doing what they want to do. God said, our people, hey, we dwell in safety. You're the safety, sister. We are natural resources. Sugar cane, bauxite. We are good soil. We are oil. We are good soil. And you just throw okra seed or pawpaw seed on the ground there and it grows. God said we don't dwell in safety. Read on.
And the Lord shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders.
God said we will dwell between his shoulders because Benjamin was the last son of Jacob.
That's right.
He was his baby son. Read on.
Verse 13. And of Joseph.
Right. Go back to Deuteronomy, Genesis 49 now on the prophecy. Why our people just being gangs? Why we always talking rough like gangster and bad now? You know why? It's a prophecy in the Bible.
Bring it on.
That our people, hey, Benjamin, they go always be in a kind of dreadness in the voice. They go be singing out loud and singing all kind of stuff. Songs that is gathered together before they go to war. That is why it had gangs in Trinidad. Let me show you through the prophecies of the Bible. Read.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 27. Benjamin shall raven as a wolf.
Benjamin will be raving as a wolf. Our wolf is do what? Before our wolf go to war, it is cry out, it is sing out. Just like the men them in Trinidad, in them gangs, they singing a set of gangs that's tuned about 6 and 7. God say, hey, they go be raving as a wolf. Before they go and devour the prey, they just cry out. They just sing what they're going to do.
Bring it on.
A wolf, before it made an attack, it is cry out.
That's right. Read on. In the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
When Christ come back, we're going to be dividing the spoils. All that the nation thief from us, the tribe of Benjamin, going and divide the spoils.
That's
But
right.
God said our people like the Maroons, how they used to blow their horn before they make an attack. You understand, sister? That is the tribe of Benjamin.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.